What's up, you guys? Today I want to do a video on how to throw an 8-foot cast net. I mean, this goes for all cast nets, really. So basically, but I want it to be a very comprehensive video on, I'm going to be very detail oriented. I want to give you multiple, kind of frames and angles so that you can see exactly what I'm doing and we can up your cast net throwing game, because it is a complete game changer in your fishing journey and adventure. Because once you learn how to catch live bait, frequently, I mean, seriously, from that point on, you're going to be on way more fish, and you're going to save a lot of money too, because buying bait can get very costly. So what we're going to do is we're going to toss this on the ground. Okay, every cast net has this loop here, right? And it's adjustable, so you put it around your arm, and basically this is how I do it, right? So you're going to go shoulder length apart. Okay, you can go even a little wider, probably about this way, but you're going to grab and you're going to keep grabbing all that extra line just like this. All right, until you get to the top part. So see, that's about, again, another like shoulder length or the same length that we've been working, and this is called the horn, right? So I'll show you up close. The top piece is called the horn. Now, yes, I totally have a bird's nest here, and no, I don't really know how this is still operable, but it is definitely still operable. I still catch bait frequently, and it still opens up pretty well. But I also know the kinks and the nuances of my own cast net. So I've just learned to deal with it, and until it's completely broken or I lose it to the sea, which I hope I don't, because I don't like to leave anything anywhere, but sometimes it happens, and you got to try to do your best effort to get it back out. But either way, what I'm getting at is that until this thing is inoperable, I'm going to keep using it to get the maximum amount out of this net. So like I said, we're here at the horn right now, same thing. And just to show you real quick, let me get a good angle on this real quick, show you something right here. So we're gonna go from here right now, and I'm going to move this way so you can kind of be like behind to see what I'm doing. Everything that I have put into my left hand right now has gone forward, right? So what I'm gonna do is drop this, and I'm going to show you again. So watch this here. So forward. So we're wrapping, we're getting our wraps, and we're laying it forward into our opposite hand. Now I'm a right-handed person, so this is just the way that I do it. But see that? Goes into the left hand, opposite hand, forward, right? Same thing. Now we're back at this point here, right, where now once we have the horn in our hand, we've laid it forward into our other hand, we've got everything in our left hand. So this is basically like a feeder hand, right? Everything's feeding into this opposite hand, and it's layering. And really, throwing a cast net and getting a cast net to open up well, is the idea behind it is really to make sure that everything is layered properly, and there's no tangles, there's no crossovers in your lines, because sometimes it can get like all in a weird way, right? So now once you have everything in this opposite hand here, for bigger nets you're gonna grab half of the net. Okay, all right. For smaller nets, you can really just kind of go straight into the second part. So this step is for nets that are probably, I want to say 6 or 7 feet and up, right? This step in particular, right? You wouldn't need to do this step if it was 5 feet and less, or 6 feet and less, depending on your size. So boom, we're gonna grab, hold it up, you're gonna grab half of the net. Same concept, guys. I'm gonna go sideways. I'm gonna show you. Everything goes forward in that opposite hand, right? So that's, I feel like, something that is a game changer for me when I understood that everything goes forward into this opposite hand. Not, see, okay, and then let's just be clear about this one too. We're not gonna go this way. I don't know if you just saw that, right? We're going forward. So we're not twisting, right? Everything lays forward. So like, let me show you what not to do real quick. We're not twisting this around, okay? That's awkward and backwards and just not the right order or alignment, right? We are laying this extra half piece that we have right here, okay? Just like we did with every other piece that we put into our opposite hand, laid it forward. Now it should look like this, okay? Like I said, I'm gonna do another version where after we do this comprehensive explanation, then I'm just gonna do it quick so that hopefully you can slow down and see it. I won't do it quick, I'll do it slow, but so you can kind of look at it step for step. But now that we have this left hand here, right? So like, this is what I was saying. If you had a net that was 4 or 5 feet, this is where you would be at. But we have to do this extra piece with this 6, 7 footers and bigger because there's just a lot to it. Now again, you're gonna go ahead and grab half of your net right here, right? So, boom. So that's just about half, right? So you're gonna grab half of your net. Same thing, guys. Forward. We're not going this way, right? We're going forward. So we're gonna lay it forward in our hands. Now this is where we're at, okay? This is important. This is an important part. Your hand here has, you know, of course, some netting on it, right? But now we're looking for, it's called the lip. So you have the back piece here. This is the back piece. This is the front piece. We're looking for the front piece, and what we're gonna do, okay, right? So you just gotta identify the front piece, right? The front piece is the area that begins, like you can see, I can spread this apart. There's no layers, and that's actually what I was just looking for. See, I got like a layer right here that I need to fix. That's particularly, again, because my net is a little janky. So newer nets won't have this issue. But you can see everything, right? Everything's layered real nice and properly, okay? And this is what you're looking for, the lip, right? So this is that outer edge, okay? And then this is the lip, is the topmost piece that we then flick over in our fingers here. I'm gonna do that again, okay? So right now I have it flicked over on my finger. I'm gonna flip it back to where we would be originally if you just put all this into your hand. We're gonna flick this over into our fingers right here that we have exposed. And then, now again, see again, this opposite hand gets layered and loaded with things. And especially when you get a bigger net like this, it gets heavy and you can only throw it so often. So, you know, but it's worth it though, because when you can spread it wider, you can cover more area, get more bait at one time, so you can just get ready to get back to fishing. So now again, this left hand has everything. Now what we're gonna do again is we are going to basically grab this to where it spreads open. It looks almost like a bat wing, right? Or just like, you know, whatever metaphor or example you could use, right? We are gonna hold it like this because now we are prepared to throw, right? Everything's in this hand, everything is properly layered in our opposite hand, right? This is now got no, sometimes people like to check again, there's no like kinks in this, there's no tangles. That looks really good, okay? And then boom, once it looks really good like that, like I said, you're going to do, and it's all kind of like, again, shoulder width, right? Maybe a little bit wider, but now this is ready to throw. So now I'm going to show you personally. I like to do a spin, so I'll show you real quick. Ready? So go like this, and I go boom, and let me just show the camera real quick. We got it open pretty dang good, you know? So if I was throwing that off of the pier or like the bridge or something, that centrifugal force spread it all the way open, and it was only this area here that didn't get to open properly because there wasn't enough, you know, height to allow it to kind of spread that rest of that way, so it kind of got caught up here. But I mean, overall though, this level of openness is going to catch a lot of bait, and you know, this is going to get the job done either way. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a few quick ways, front, back, sideways. I'll do it slow so you can see it, and then hopefully you can play it back and then watch this and see it very well so that you can do it as good yourself. So let's do that. And this is how you retrieve your net as well. Same thing, you know. You're gonna get it. I'm pulling it in, right? I grab it to the top here. Boom. Sometimes I like to go like this. Make sure there's no tangles in it. Okay. So now, ready? I'm gonna do it from the front just like this again. Ready? So we're gonna go slow. Ready? That was a good one. Spread really well. Okay, let's do it. I'm going to do it from the back so you can kind of see that. Ready? Nice spread. Now I'm going to try to do something cool where I can get it above me. Okay, so this is a funny view, but what I'm gonna hope is that you can see it, because I'm gonna go just like this. Ready? All right, so let me go ahead and get the net real quick, just for the sake of seeing how the hands do what they do, you know? I just wanna, let's see, hopefully this will work. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do this. Might have to be able to do it twice. Okay, so very important. And you're ready to throw. Okay, on this part here, I just want to show you the stationary hand and how it receives everything, because if you follow this, you will have a throwable cast net no matter what. So this is the part where I think people get confused on how it's supposed to be layered, because if things are not layered right, it's not going to throw right. So you see everything goes in that direction. Grabbing half the cast net real quick, goes in this direction, lays forward. This hand gets a lot, it sure does, you know, but it's all layered perfectly, right? Same thing, boom, just like that. See that? I'm gonna do that part again, okay? Take that out. So, and I'm just gonna show you, this is that stationary hand. This is what we have in the other hand. But either way, we're gonna go just like this. We're gonna grab it all. I mean, it's a lot. It is a handful. Okay, not proud of that one, but okay. You know, now we're gonna find that lip that we talked about. Boom, just right there, okay? So that lip, just like this, gonna go. You can pick your index finger up, you can put it under all your fingers. It doesn't really matter. Index finger is fine. I put it under all my fingers. You know, you're just gonna hold it. That's your placeholder, right? So then, and then that's where you're gonna grab this part. You're done layering in this hand. You're finished layering. Now you're grabbing this to make that wing. Like I said, I feel like that's just a memorable example, okay? But we're gonna go back to that piece just one last time. Okay, so grabbing half the cast net, and then I forget that this part you want to grab pretty low, you know, because you want to keep it all bundled well, just like that, right? Boom. Find the lip. The lip is the outermost piece, okay? Flick the lip up over your fingers, index or all of them, and boom, you are ready to throw. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do a few throws so you can kind of see the angles. Cool. All right, guys, it is hot and it is humid. I'm ready to go back inside to get some nice AC. But I really hope you found that helpful. And I mean, seriously, if this did and it really ups your cast net throwing game, I mean, super cool. The only thing I could ask is please give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, so that you can help other people as well. But yeah, super excited. Hope you liked this video. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'll catch you later. All right.